друзья. Basically, I just said, hey, good day, my friends. Welcome again back to Jufro Fragrances. Guys, remember, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell so you can get those notifications. All right, guys. So, a lot of you know, a lot of you don't know that I am of Ukrainian descent. I was born here, but, my entire family is from Ukraine. So one thing that has been instilled in me and something I grew up with and I'm very fond of is my culture. I love it. It brings back great memories for me. And, so I'll give you a little background. I grew up a little bit in West Hollywood. If you are familiar with the LA area, most all Russian, Ukrainian people move to West Hollywood, and that's where they are. It's like little Russia, Ukraine there. So my family lived there for many, many years. So obviously you're surrounded by Russian delis, Russian foods, and why we're here today, Russian candies, Russian and Ukrainian candies. So guys, I got a box from one of my friends. He's on Facebook and stuff. So he sent me a box of these candies so I could review for you guys. Now, there's a lot here, but it's going to be too much to review at one time, and I think I'll explode at the same time. So we'll go over 4 today. We'll go over Mishka, which translates to bear, Bielichka, which translates to squirrel, Korova, which translates to cow, and Krebs, which is crabs. I just said it with a Russian accent. All right, so we'll go into each of those, and I'll let you know what I think. All right, you guys, so the first one we're going to try is Bielichka. All right, this is how it looks. Now let's give it a taste. So, delicious. So what I pick up in this, you get some dark chocolate on the outside, and the inside, you also pick up some chocolate. There is a nut. Now, I don't know if it's a hazelnut or it's a cashew, but it is a nut. And so that is Bielichka. I think it's phenomenal. So let me tell you guys a little background on that one. That is one of my favorite ones that I had growing up when I was a little kid. I loved Bielichka because it had the nuttiness to it. I love nuts in chocolate. That sounds funny, but that's really what I do like it. So there's that one, okay? The next one is Mishka. So it's supposed to be clumsy bear, but we just call it Mishka. So there we go. So here, let's get that out. All right, same thing. We'll cut this in half. Oh, see, a little crispy. That's how it looks. All right, and let's give it a taste. So again, dark chocolate on the outside and the inside. Get some more chocolate, but, and this is what I think makes it even that much better, is that there's a wafer in there. And that wafer, it's not too stale. So it's not like, it's flaky. You can taste it in there, but it just adds it all together, and it's so damn good. I feel like there's something else in there because it's creamy inside as well. So I think that's also just adds to it. This is another one. That's one of my favorites growing up. Mishka. I used to eat this all the time as a kid. These two were probably my favorite ones, Mishka and Bielichka. So I'm a little partial to that one. All right. Next is Korova, which again, remember, is cow. All right. So do that one. Now this is also going to be a wafer. I already know because I've had this too. All right. So this was a little more solid when you cut it. Now, see, it didn't have the chocolate in the inside like Mishka did. Okay, so let me tell you with this one. Now, to me, even though it has the wafer, it is not as good as Mishka. And the reason why I'll tell you is this, because the wafer in Mishka is like, it's not kind of stale. You know what I'm saying? Korova, it tastes a little stale in there, Now, I'm not saying you're going to eat a stale wafer. It's just, it's harder to chew a little bit. It's a little harder. The chocolate is great on the outside. Again, you get your dark chocolate. So it's still really good. But if I had my preference between them, I would take Mishka. But Krova's still good nonetheless. Now, if you like a more stale wafer, you might like that one. Now, crabs. I've never had this one. This is brand new to me. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to cut this because this is pretty damn hard. It looks hard and solid, but that's how it looks. But let's see, I'll bite into it and see if I can tell you what it is and what I get out of it. Oh, that wasn't too bad. So that's that. Okay. It's nutty. Definitely do pick up the peanut butter, but it's not overpowering. You know what I'm saying? Like some peanut butter candies can be very overpowering. This is subtle. And the cocoa in there is subtle. I think it's a good combination. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with it. The outside is kind of like, it's candy-ish. So it's not, it's kind of, you know what it kind of reminds me of? An M&M shell. That's what it kind of tastes like and reminds me of. So that's with crabs. But actually, I really like this one. I'm actually impressed. I did not think I would like this one. Looking at it, looks can be deceiving on this one. But I actually like it. And yeah, they're all really solid. Again, if I had to pick a favorite, if I had to pick one out of the four, I'll rank them like this. Number 1 would be Mishka. Number 2 would be Bielichka. Number 3 would be crabs. And number 4 would be Korova. Surprisingly, I used to love Korova a lot more, but as I got older, your taste changed and everything. So yeah, there's that, guys. And now let's get into the cologne review. All right, you guys, Jufro Fragrances back again. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell so you get notifications. I know you want to. Stop playing yourself. Just do it. All right. Yeah, I'm just kidding. But anyways, guys, today we're going to talk about, in my opinion, probably in the last 5 years, I would say, one of the best designer releases I think ever made. And that is Prada Homme Intense. Now, you already know how I feel about Prada Homme. I love it. I think it's a great fragrance. To me, well, we'll get into how I feel about this. Now, what do I smell when I get this? Well, you do get that DNA of Prada Homme. So, you get the iris notes in there. It's powdery. You do get that kind of vibe. What else, pick up in there is it is sweeter to me. So I think, that might be where the tonka bean comes in. And I think that's where, where you get a little bit of the sweetness. And there's a little bit of leather in there. So I think that is the main difference in there. Now, this is a lot stronger. Why I say that is, remember, with Prada Homme, I got about 8 hours and not a heavy projecting fragrance. This, I get 10 plus hours on my skin, and this projects nicely. I've gotten a couple compliments off of it. I haven't done too many wearings of it, just because, I just haven't done too many wearings of it. I do love it, and I'm actually glad I didn't do a lot of wearings on this, and I'll tell you why. Because now I've heard, unfortunately, this has been discontinued. Why? I have no freaking idea. Really stupid of Prada to discontinue this, because this is absolutely beautiful. You look at the reviews all across the board, and this is just absolutely fantastic. And I agree, it is absolutely amazing. Now, with the setting, or the time of the year at least, I think fall, winter, and spring. Day or nighttime, I think it'll work either way. I'd probably say better for nighttime wear, but you could wear it during the day. It wouldn't be a problem. For the summer, though, what I will say is this. While I think, how I say Prada Homme is good for the summer, this might be a little too heavy. Because again, pick up the sweetness, a little bit, there's some leather in there. It might be too strong for the summer. So again, like I said, you can just wear fragrances whenever you want, whatever makes you happy. I'm just saying, ideally, this might be a little heavy and high heat. But again, nonetheless, beautiful fragrance. Now, in terms of setting, honestly, you might call me crazy here and disagree. I think you can wear this in anywhere. I think you can wear this to work. Again, it's a very beautiful smell. So I think this will, like I said, I think it will work in the office space. If you're at school, you're out and about. But I think, like, if you're out going to a party or a date night, or you're at a bar and stuff, I think this is absolutely beautiful and perfect place to wear that, because I think this will attract attention. Because again, it is such a beautiful, gorgeous smell. And of course, if I'm raving about this gets a 5 pro rating, guys. This is, again, in my opinion, in the last 5 years, say this is probably top 3, top 5 designer releases there. The only other one I could think of in my head that I really, really love was Spice Bomb Extreme, but that might have been even before. So, because like I said, this came out in 2017. So again, in the last 5 years, I don't know. There's not many fragrances from the designer realm that I think is better than this. This is absolutely amazing. I mean, again, you're talking Tom Ford, it's a little different, but I'm talking about with like amongst Prada, Chanel, Dior, stuff like that. I think this is just blows them out of the water. This is just my opinion, though. So there's that. Now, is this blind buy worthy? I'm gonna say yes. And here's again, but remember, you have to know, and at this point, I think, I mean, if you're maybe starting off in your journey, you don't really want to do this, and you might be like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to, especially now with the prices being so high. You gotta love powdery, and with Iris, it kind of gives it, again, I don't smell lipstick, so, because I don't go around sniffing it, but that's the vibe I get, that it picks up, that people say that they get with that. So again, you got to kind of have like powdery, but it is, like I said, a little bit on the sweeter side, and with the leather. But I think this is blind buy worthy. Now, the crazy thing about this is again, it's discontinued, which is, again, it's really stupid by Prada to do that. So be careful. I'm sure you could probably find it, but, would this fragrance be worth about like $150? I think so. You might call me crazy, but I think so. Again, this is a really beautiful fragrance. It's lasts long, smells absolutely amazing. And again, I mean, if you could find your hands on it and not pay a premium for it, I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. All right, you guys, remember, this is Jufro Fragrances. Please like, follow, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Hit the bell, and I'll see you guys again soon. Jufro!